Hello, you're welcome to Let's Talk with Chisom. Holy Spirit, help me. Hello, you're welcome to Let's Talk. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you know your purpose, you know what your dreams are, you know what you're supposed to do, your talents, you know what they are, but when you lay it on the scale alongside your fears and your concerns and your worries, it's like your worries are here and then your dreams and your purpose are like they're tilting, they're about to fall off the scale because this one is outweighing that. Well, if you found yourself in that situation, you need to watch this video to the end. Yeah. So if this is your first time on my channel, I'm Chisom, and basically what we talk about on my channel is life, youth-related matters, contemporary issues, but we look at it from the standpoint of a Christian, because I'm a Christian. Yeah. If you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. It's just here. It will not take anything from you. Just click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like this video as well. Yeah. So as I said, if you found yourself in a situation where you know what your talent is, you know what your purpose is, you know what your dreams are, you know what you're supposed to do in life, what you're supposed to do with your life, but you're staring at it in the face, and then you have fears and concerns and worries that seem to be overshadowing it, and then you get lost in the whole thing. Well, you're not the only one in that situation. I want to bet you that it is not the first time it has happened to somebody, and it's not going to be the last. Yeah, it's not going to be the last. You're not the first person, and you wouldn't be the last. Why did I say that? Okay, so just in case you are thinking right now, okay, I don't need this video because I don't have any talent. Brother, sister, you do have a talent. How did I know? When Jesus Christ was ascending into heaven after his death, he gave gifts to all men. So you do have a gift, you do have a talent, you do have a purpose. You were not born on this earth for nothing. So you just need to find out what it is. For some, it's multiple. For some, it might seem to be bigger and some smaller. But I don't think there's any big one and any small one. We know God just gives us according to the graces that he has put in us. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. If you know you found yourself in that situation, brother, sister, you are not the first person and you will not be the last. I just want to tell you. So don't get, don't let it overwhelm you. Now, give us an example with somebody in the Bible, somebody you know very well, somebody that, you feel like, I want to be like him. I would like to, do the kind of work, he was a man after God's heart, a great man. I'd be like, God, give me kind of heart that this man had towards you, brother. If you hear the excuses he gave before he started, you will know that you are trying. I'm telling you. So the story is the story of Moses. Now, when Moses was called on the mountain for the first time, and God was telling him, I want you to go to Egypt and get my people out of that place and all that, Moses was like, He gave God 5 excuses, 5 reasons why he should not go. 5. Not 1, not 2. He gave God 5. The first one he said, who am I? Who am I? When I saw that one, I said, no, this is me. Moses was just asking the question I would have asked if I was in his shoes. Like, seriously, who am I? Who am I to be doing this work? Like, who want me? That kind of a thing. And after he asked that one, and God took some time to explain and say, okay, I've got you, and everything. And the next thing he now said, he said, who will I say that sent me? Who sent me? There is this Igbo adage that says, when a man sends his son to go and steal, the son will use the leg, break the door because he get authority. Imagine a comedian like Basketmouth now. He's on stage, he's cracking joke. Even when they tell you that he's coming on stage, you're already laughing. Why? Because he's an authority in comedy. So can you imagine another up and coming comedian coming up to crack the same joke? He will not get the same response. Because people will be like, okay, should we listen? Okay, should we laugh? I'm not sure. Probably this guy is not that funny, So you just be caught up analyzing the person. You might not really, because he's not an authority. That's basically it. So you're like, okay, of all people, why me? That kind of it. That was the second question that Moses asked. The next question he asked, he said, would they even listen to me? Would they even believe me? How would they believe you? Who sent you? Where did you even come from? You that ran away. You left us and you ran away. And then you're coming back to say you want to come and deliver us so that they will now kill us, Abi. That kind of it. So they cannot increase our punishment. Moses was scared that if he goes back there, his people would not believe him. So the next one he said, because each one he says that God will be like, okay, don't worry, I've got you. Don't worry, I've got it all sorted out. And then the next one he said, I'm not eloquent. I was like, Shebi, I'm the one that made your tongue. If I'm the one that made your tongue, won't I equip that tongue to be able to speak? So basically, Moses had one fear and another and another and another. And when he saw that he has exhausted all the excuses he can give, he now said, God, in short, anybody where you want send, now you go send. At that point, God even go angry with him and say, just take Aaron. Let Aaron go with you. And that was it. That was how Moses now said, okay, let's go. He had exhausted all the fears that he had. And he's not the only one. Look at Jeremiah. Jeremiah said, me, I'm a baby. Oh, me, I'm a child. I cannot go. They will not listen to me. The same thing. Who am I? That's the same place a lot of us find ourselves. You know, you find yourself in that situation where you're like, why should I be the one doing this? Why should it be me? I don't have the characteristics. I don't have the criteria. I don't have what it takes. Take, for instance, Paul. What criteria did Paul have to become an apostle? He persecuted the church. He killed Christians. He puts them in jail. So why of all people would he be the one to become an apostle of Jesus Christ? So what am I trying to say? Most of the time when we look at ourselves, we write ourselves off. We are like, I don't fall into the category. I'm not gifted enough to do this. There would always be fears. There would always be concerns. There would always be weaknesses. There will always be things that, make us feel like I'm not the best person for this. When God is pointing at you, I say, you, yes, you. And you're trying to say, God, who? Okay, are you talking to somebody? Are you talking to somebody next to me? That's the feeling most of the time. And you're like, of all people, why me? Every great man, every great woman that has either worked for God or have made a mark in life have gone through that phase in their life. At some point, you have to fight those fears. You have to battle those fears. Take, for instance, Albert Einstein that founded the theory of gravity. He said gravity is not a pulling force, but a pushing force. And we are in an earth that is governed by gravity. So what does that tell you? Whenever you try to lift your head, gravity is pushing you down. When you try to lift your head, gravity is pushing you down. That's called the law of inertia. You want to start something. When you want to start, it's like heaven and earth is working against you. I remember when I was about to start my YouTube channel, my gen will break down. NEPA will not give us light for 1 week. Is either one thing or the other. And then to cap it all up, I lost like 2 or 3 of my videos. Videos I've already done, I've edited, about to upload, and I just lost it. I was like, okay, no, I'm not doing this, I'm done. I got so discouraged. I was like, why is everything working against it? The truth of the matter is that if it's not valuable, the devil will not fight it. The reason the devil is fighting, the reason every other thing is fighting is because you are holding something very precious. Imagine Ben Carson. I don't know if you've read the story or if you've watched the movie about Ben Carson. He was not the brightest of the students in his class. He wasn't the best in his class. At some point, he almost left med school because there were a lot of reasons for him not to be in med school. He was the only black, I think, and he had so many challenges, but he wanted to drop out. Imagine if he had dropped out of school. Who would have saved the lives of those children? Who would have done those surgeries? There was something unique about him, and he discovered it in good time. Yes, he had so many challenges, but God that puts that gift in him, that talent in him, always had a way of pulling him through these times. Now, take for instance, Moses was a stammerer. Yes, he was a stammerer, but was he able to do what God asked him to do? Yes. Because if God sends you to do something, he would definitely equip you. He would definitely give you the capacity to pull through. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that so long as you're on this earth, that is governed by gravity, anytime you try to lift, there will be one challenge or the other. There will be gravity just basically pushing you down. Like, guy, go down. You belong on the ground. We just have to resolve, be resilient about this things and be like, this thing, this talent, this pound that was given to me, I will multiply it. There's a story in the Bible about a master that was traveling and he gave 10 pounds to his 10 servants, 1 pound to one servant. And so able to turn it over, had extra 10 pounds, some 5. But this particular servant that he was scared. And because he was scared, he went and buried that gift, that pound that was given to him. He buried it. And of course, he was punished by his master. So what we're trying to say is that that pound, that talent, that gift that was given to you by God, you know what it is. Work with it. Invest it. Do not let fears and concerns and worry of things that you know and things that you don't know keep you from multiplying that talent, that pound that was given to you. This video is just to encourage you and to let you know that every great man, every great person that have walked the face of this earth have had to face their challenges head on, resolve that I will pull through that thing in me, that deposit that God has put in me. I will bring it forth and it's going to be a blessing to my generation. Look at the mustard seed, as tiny as it is. That's what brings forth the giant tree that we know. And a lot of birds of the earth come to find their shelter in it. That gave you that talent, the God that gave you that pound, the God that gave you that dream, that purpose, he would definitely help you pull through that phase of your life. So don't think that you're alone in it. You're not alone. You're not the first it happened to, and you will not be the last. Well, if you find yourself in that situation where you don't qualify, you feel like you don't qualify. Congratulations, you just qualified, because you're not qualified just made it qualified. Now, why did I say that? God does not work with the best of people. He does not work with people that are qualified. He works with people that are not qualified, and then he qualifies them, because he uses the foolishness of this world to confound the wise. So yes, while you are feeling like, okay, I'm not qualified, I'm not the best person, God is like, that's the reason why he would use you. Now, let me share with us an experience I had back then in uni. I remember I was taking this exam. It was a philosophy course, and I don't like philosophy. Apologies to all the philosophers. I just don't like philosophy. It's not just my thing. So I remember we're taking that philosophy course, and that day, I didn't know what to write. It was 4 questions to answer one compulsory question. And unfortunately, I knew only one. Yes, I knew only one. So I just wrote the one I knew. Why? Because I have a principle, I don't talk in exam hall. So I just wrote the one I knew and I submitted it. And I was like, let me just go and wait for my carryover. I will write it with all joy and gladness. Funny enough, I had a B in that course. And that was the only B I testified about. I had A's in other courses, yes, because I was a good student. I'm a good student, right? I'm intelligent. Yeah, so I had A's that I never gave testimony about, but I gave testimony in fellowship for that B. Why? Because I knew I did not merit that B. That's the reason why God would always pick the vessels that are not qualified and use the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Because if you know you qualify, you will not give all the glory to him, and God will not share his glory with anybody. So you're not qualifying for that thing that God has called you to do, just qualified you. Yes, it just qualified you, because God does not work with people that are the best. He works with people that are willing and obedient, and he makes them the best. If you find yourself in that category where you're not sure of what your gifting and what your talent is, well, just go to the person that shared the talent, right? He ascended and he gave gifts to all men. So you could ask him what your talent is. You could ask him what the gift is. And yes, he will tell you what it is. And he not only will he tell you, he will give you capacity. He will equip you. So we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you've been able to pick a thing or two from this video. I hope this video has blessed you. If you like this video, remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Please subscribe now. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Yes, and share this video, comment. We'd like to know your feedback. Put it down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye, and God bless you.